How many things are sitting in your closet right now that you bought, then wore once and never touched again? Because you're about to watch a woman gaslight herself into buying a Chanel bag she now thinks is cringe.
I gaslit myself into thinking I would wear a Chanel bag so much. I just think it's cringe.
Another person spent $125 on Tiffany cups that are too small for coffee.
These Tiffany cups. Why did I buy $125 cups from Tiffany's? Because of the unboxing.
And by the end, a woman with 7 million views is calling her Louis Vuitton luggage a donation.
This is the dumbest purchase I've ever made in my life.
Let's get into it.
Here are some things that I regret buying as a 24-year-old impulsive spender who is also very easily influenced. First up, I regret buying my AirPods Max. I definitely regret spending that amount of money on them when I didn't need them. And why did I buy them, you ask? Well, I saw many TikToks about them and decided that I needed them. I regret buying my Stanley Cup. It is just a water bottle. I could have gone to Primark and bought one for £4. They did exactly the same thing. I regret buying my Coach bag. I'm not a fashion girly, not really a designer girly either. Basically just kept seeing this Coach bag and decided I wanted it, so I decided to just go ahead and buy it. Did I use it very often? No, I didn't. I used it maybe 2 or 3 times. I have now sold it on Vinted. I definitely regret buying that.
She opens with, I'm a 24-year-old impulsive spender who is also very easily influenced, and props to her for her self-awareness, but still doesn't justify it. She bought the AirPods Max because TikTok told her to, bought a Stanley Cup because TikTok also told her to, then Coach bag she used maybe 3 times before selling it. You see the pattern there? She's not making decisions. TikTok is making them for her, and she knows it, which makes it even worse. How many of you right now have something in a drawer that you bought because you saw it on a phone 10 times that day? Dana said, I bought a Stanley dupe and donated it because it's literally useless for me, but I bought it because of the hype. The hype made the sale and not the product. Now real quick, if you're new here, I'm Kingsley, and this is where we break down real money moments together. So if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and let's keep going.
I had finally caved and ordered something on TikTok shop, and just because what the hell is this? Look at my feet. The leg room on it. Why did I spend money on this? Can I have my money back? Like, let me show you all the back. This is... I wasted so much money on this.
She said, I finally caved, and that word is doing a lot of work here. She held out because she knew better, and then she bought it anyway. She purchased a shock blanket from TikTok's shop, and when it showed up, it's comically small. Her feet are sticking out. There's some weird button on it, and she's standing there going, why did I spend money on this? That's what happens when you buy something based on the ad instead of thinking about whether you actually need it. The ad showed a cozy blanket, but reality showed a blanket for toddler. Kelia said, this made me want it, and that got over 2,500 likes. She's literally complaining about the product, and people still want to buy it. That right there is the problem.
Things I regret buying on the TikTok shop. Starting off strong with the fan blade cleaner. What was wrong with me just cleaning my fan blades like I always have with a Swiffer instead of having another big honking tool to hang around? All of the niche t-shirts. I'll give you 2 wears tops and you're going to be sick of them. The entire Medicube bundle. Trying to figure out what order to use them all in and where to store them at gave me wrinkles instead of curing them. This miracle finally be able to concentrate and get your life together supplement. Why was I trying to buy medicine on TikTok? The bath bomb surprise jewelry. No, just for so many reasons, no. Anything from either of these 2 brands. I wanted to like them so much, but your house will not smell like this, your laundry will not smell like this, they don't last, they don't work. This hair identifier spray, it was real fun until I realized that it was making me dust my house like Amelia Bedelia. It will get on every surface in your entire house. So yeah, save your money.
Now this is the one that should make you think, because she didn't blow up $5,000 on one thing. She bled out $15 and $20 at a time. A fan blade cleaner she never needed. Then a skincare bundle that gave her wrinkles instead of curing them. And my personal favorite is she bought a concentration supplement on TikTok and then asked herself, why was I trying to buy medicine on TikTok? That's a real question everybody needs to sit with, because when the app is selling you health supplements between dance videos, something is very, very you're wrong. Petra said 99% of TikTok shops is just Temu, but more expensive. That comment is sitting at 1,100 likes. A lot of people seem to agree with her. But if you think $20 impulsive buys are bad, wait until we get to clips where people are dropping thousands on things they've never worn.
These are a bunch of things I want to de-influence you from buying. Very controversial edition. Basically all the popular purchases I made that I deeply regret, so you don't have to. First thing, this is so hard to say, but my Hokas were not worth the purchase. I got these about a year ago and they lasted me only like 8 months before they started kind of falling apart. And now I can't wear them anymore at all without my ankles bleeding. Not worth the purchase to me. Next thing, y'all are gonna kill me, but my Stanley Cup I do not think was worth it. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna use it while I have it, but I honestly just like prefer a regular water bottle. Next is getting your eyebrows laminated. If you know what that is, it's basically like a perm for your eyebrows. You put chemicals in it and they like spike it up, and they looked good for probably a week, but then after that my hairs just started like spiking out everywhere. I won't ever do it again, but I'm glad I tried. Of course maybe it works for you, but it did not for me. Next thing you've probably seen all over TikTok, it's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Face Toner. Used it a few times and honestly it kind of smells weird. Like it smells like sour and makes my face kind of sticky.
5 million views on this one. 5 million people watched and thought, yeah, me too. But she bought $150 Hoka shoes and the ankles fell apart in 8 months. That's $150 shoes lasting less than a school year. Then a Stanley Cup that spills everywhere. Every single one of this started the same way. Saw it online, wanted it, then bought it. And within weeks, it was broken or useless. Lindsay said, why are we okay with replacing shoes every 6 months? Shoes cost a fortune. And that got over 20,000 likes. Maybe the problem isn't how you walk. What's the dumbest thing you've ever bought because you saw it on social media? Drop it in the comments because I know you've got one.
I'm not gonna lie, I make a lot of bad purchases in a year, but these ones are the worst. If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys remember in the beginning of this year, I got these Tiffany cups. Why did I buy $125 cups from Tiffany's? Because of the unboxing. Literally no other reason. In my defense though, during the time when I bought it, I was like, oh, I'd feel so bougie drinking my coffee out of this in the morning. Do you know how small this cup is? I need way more coffee than that.
She bought a $125 Tiffany cup because she wanted to film the unboxing. Let that sit for a second. She didn't buy them for coffee, she bought them for content. And then she realized the cup are tiny. She needs way more coffee than that. So now she's got 2 expensive cups in the cabinet that she can't even use for the one thing cups are supposed to do. When you're buying things for how they look on camera instead of how they work in your life, that's not shopping. That's paying a tax on your own image.
This Chanel jumpsuit is so gorgeous. However, this jumpsuit is just not flattering on me. The pockets started to come apart. This is just not making my booty look good. Why did I buy this $6,000 Chanel denim vest when I don't even like denim? So freaking uncomfortable. I have not even been able to wear them outside of my house. Nothing humbles you more than another $2,000 pair of YSL heels that make you lick. Got this auto lunger bag because I had this vision of being a super Rick Owens-y cool artsy girl, but I just cannot figure out how to style it. I just love the sound of the handles. This metal sound just turns me on.
$6,000 on a denim vest, and she doesn't even like the denim. You see, that sentence alone should make you rethink every purchase you've ever made, because she didn't buy the vest because she wanted it. She bought it because of how it looked in the store. Then the $2,000 YSL heels, a Chanel jumpsuit, and a bag she bought to become an artsy cool girl. Add it all up and she's sitting on over $10,000 worth of regret in one closet. Now the next few clips are where it starts getting real, because these aren't impulsive buys anymore. These are closets full of stuff that just sits there collecting dust.
If you're looking for a couch and you want one of those cute couches that has like the dimples all through it, don't do it. Say a couch with dimples, anything like this, stay away. Let me show you my couch and what I mean. At first you're gonna be like, oh my god, it looks so cute. Actually, no, because every single one of these nooks and crannies gets filled up with disgusting debris, dirt, dust, whatever the hell's happening in your house. And then eventually you just have 1,000 assholes all staring back at you and laughing at you.
Alright, this one is different, and honestly it's kind of hilarious. She bought one of those trendy couches with the tufted dimples all through it. It looked great in the store and also looked good on Instagram, and every single dimples turned into a dirt trap the second you sit on it. And what she said was, eventually you just have 1,000 assholes all staring back at you and laughing at you. Zach said the ones with buttons get crumbs and hair up under the edges of the button. so even vacuuming doesn't clean them. And that's the thing about trendy furnitures. You can't return a couch once it's in your living room. That's $1,000 mistake you'd have to sit on, literally.
Starting off strong, we have these Prada platform grommet somethings. My problem with these is that every time I wear them, I look like I'm in a mud jeans ad from 1998, and the price point just doesn't reflect that. So I could have just bought these from Steve Madden. Don't spend money on trendy things. I do try to get use out of these on like vacation and stuff. They're pretty comfortable, just like, ugh. This one I don't regret buying. I just don't know how to wear it. This is Alice and Olivia. It's a little crop top. It's so cute, but when I wear it with white or like cream, I look like a leprechaun, and when I wear it with black, it looks too harsh. Jeans also, I don't know what to do with this, but it was a very expensive crop top, so if somebody has suggestions, please let me know. What the hell is this? It's Marc Jacobs, colonial woman, maybe a tunic, maybe a shirt, Supreme Court justice sleeve. Why did we do this?
This is why I always say never pay designer prices for a trend. Trends have an expiration date. You're paying 10 times what Steve Madden charges for the same look. And in 2 years, it's sitting in the back of your closet looking like a costume. She wore that Marc Jacobs top once and she said it was the right call. When wearing something one time in 10 years feel like a win, that tells you everything about the purchase. Quick question, what's sitting in your closet right now that you haven't worn in over a year? Because one of these creators have been carrying the same unworn dress for 5 years.
Are you ready for my worst designer purchases of 2023? I spent 3 months hunting down this bag and I gaslit myself into thinking I would wear a Chanel bag so much. But every time I wear a Chanel classic flat bag now, I just think it's cringe. Compared to something like this, which is so cool and so unique, I just feel like the Chanel classic flat is just so basic now. Should have got it in tweed. I thought I was going to wear it so much and I literally ended up wearing it twice. Okay, remember my hunt for the perfect pair of classic black pumps? I love these, but I think they're one of my worst purchases of the year because they're just so boring. Every time I go to wear them, I actually choose a more interesting shoe. This dress, so beautiful. I wanted it for years and years. They bring it out every year in different colors. The worst dress to put on, the worst dress to take off, and so dang itchy. And it's over £1,000. I have wanted something like this for so long. It was on my bucket list. They're huge. 2 Louis Vuitton trunks I bought at a designer auction. Since I got them, I thought I would use them loads, but they've actually just been sitting there collecting dust. I think I need to style them up and actually use them in 2024.
Now this is what nobody warns you about. The chase feels better than the thing. She spent 3 months hunting a Chanel bag and now she thinks it's cringe. 3 months of wanting it and maybe a week of actually liking it. That math doesn't work at any price, but at these prices, it's brutal. And the scary part is she's smart enough to call it out. She used the word gaslit. She knows exactly what happened and she still couldn't stop herself. That's how deep this runs. Somebody said, imagine being rich enough to regret a designer purchase. And that got almost 6,000 likes. Purchase regret doesn't care how much money you have. It hits everyone the same way.
Worst purchases of 2022 is going to be these Prada loafers. I absolutely love these loafers. The shape, and I have very narrow feet, so a lot of people said they were uncomfortable, but I wasn't worried. Another Prada thing is this Prada coat. I absolutely love, I was so thirsty to have this. I got it from a personal shopper. I paid a premium. It was too big, but like slightly too big, and I should have just asked to exchange it, but I was so thirsty. I was like, I can make it work. But this classic Chanel tweed blazer, as you can see, the tag is still on it. I got this from the Real. I just don't wear this color much, so I haven't worn it as much as I thought, but it was a good deal. It was $16.95 at the Real. I got it in store, and then it was like an extra 20% off that day. Next up, some boots from Bottega, same color. I just don't need multiples of everything. I have these in the short and green, but I just didn't want to miss out, so I got them in the tall too. Both Saint Laurent. When I go in that store, it's irresistible. I've worn these once. I've never worn these, but I know I will when the moment comes. Like, this will be the perfect shoe.
Now this is what thirsty spending looks like. She paid a personal shopper premium for the wrong size coat and kept it because she wanted it too bad to think straight. And that's the pattern with every single item here. She's not buying things she needs. She's buying the rush of getting them. The blazer doesn't match her wardrobe. The boots were FOMO. None of this was a plan, but rather all just a feeling. But feelings don't check your bank account. That's your job.
Luxury items I purchased that I 100% regret buying. First are my Louboutin Socates, and if you own a pair, you already know what I'm gonna say. Up next is my Prada bucket hat, and I actually have this in 2 different colors. But I just didn't wear it as much as I thought I was gonna wear it. It just wasn't that comfortable. It just didn't work with a lot of my outfits. It was just like a very trendy piece, and I just don't think it was worth the price. Up next are my Gucci bags, and I don't think these items are bad quality at all. I actually think they still look really great and pretty, but they just don't match my style or my aesthetic anymore. So on my list are these LV sneakers. so incredibly uncomfortable. Like, you cannot walk in these shoes for more than, I don't know, an hour. I couldn't even wear them. So for these, 100% regret purchasing them. I don't even know if I can sell these anymore, but not worth the money.
You see, this is what kills me. She bought Gucci when Gucci was hot, not when Gucci fit her style. And now those bags sit there because the trend left and the bag didn't go with it. And that's the thing about chasing what's popular. And she said she'll never buy uncomfortable shoes again. But how many of you right now own shoes that hurt your feet because of the name on the bottom? Be honest. Now the last two clips are the ones that are gonna hit the hardest, because one woman admits exactly why she keeps making the same mistake, and the other calls her own purchase the dumbest thing she's ever done.
I clean out my closet like pretty much every weekend, and I literally hate everything, and I buy the most stupid shit. So today I'm going to show you what I'm getting rid of this week. Okay, there's basically no easy way for me to explain these shorts. Like, I was in Amsterdam. I didn't like my outfit. I didn't like it, so I was panicking. And I went to this thrift store and I got these shorts, and they were literally $40. Now these bad boys, on the other hand, they're a different story. Okay, these, like, I don't know, up until like a few weeks ago, I was like, maybe I could style these, but every time I put these on, I'm like, they're kind of giving like Andy from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like, why? You know, like, why did I think like this was worth, this tablecloth design was worth a tailor trip? I've had this dress since sophomore year of college, so that would have been maybe 5 years ago, and I have brought it with me to every stage of my life, and I have not worn it one time.
This is the clip that's going to be the most relatable for a lot of you. She carried the same dress through every apartment and never put it on, not once. And I bet some of you are doing the exact same thing right now, holding on to something because you keep telling yourself one day, but one day never comes. It just takes up space and make you feel guilty every time you open the closet. And the vacation panic buy is also real. You don't like your outfit, so you drop $40 on a short you'll never wear again. That's not solving the problem. That's creating a new one because the old one made you uncomfortable for 5 minutes.
These first ones are going to be controversial, but they're the Celine Art de Triomphe round sunglasses. When I tell you how hard I worked to get these, I went to like 15 different stores. In the end, I think they make me look like a bug. They just do not suit my face. I've worn them probably twice, so these are definitely a worse purchase. Next to these Mason Margiela jeans, I was so excited to get these because one of my favorite influencers ever, Tanya Sarin, wears them all the time, and she just looks so good and so chic, but they are just not it for me. They are not flattering on me. I was so excited about this mini YSL bag when I purchased it, and objectively, I think this is a very cute bag, but it is just too sensitive for me. Every scuff shows on this bag. Every time I packed it, it's gotten dented. It is just too sensitive for a bag that I like wanted to bring on vacations. This is just sadly not a good purchase for me. These Hermes sandals lived rent free in my head for 2 years before I decided to splurge, but they might be the most uncomfortable sandals that I've ever worn, and I will live through pain for like a sexy heel, but a sandal, no. A sandal should be comfortable, and sadly these are just not. And lastly, and I am personally devastated by this one, is this amazing cowhide jacket from Saks Pods. Honestly, this is a sizing issue. The small was sold out, so I went with the extra small. I knew immediately it was too small, but I was just too stubborn to return it. So unfortunately, even though I love it, this was definitely a worse purchase.
Have you ever bought something you knew was wrong and kept it anyway because you didn't want to deal with the return? Well, that's this clip. She's not being impulsive. She's making a calm, rational decision to ignore her own judgment, because walking out empty-handed feels like losing. And that mindset is more expensive than anything in her closet.
Louis Vuitton luggage. This is the dumbest purchase I've ever made in my life. I travel so much that my luggage gets beat to shit, okay? You think I want my nice-ass LV luggage to get beat to shit? So I don't even use it. What was the point? What was the point? If anybody needs Louis Vuitton luggage. Like, base is amazing. I love my base. I promise I am not trying to hate on Louis Vuitton in this video. I like Louis Vuitton, but the Neverfull. I bought this like 3 years ago and I have never used it. It is in mint condition. I bought it because it was trendy. I bought it because I just felt like it's the Louis that everybody buys.
She bought luxury luggage she's afraid to use. Now think about that. The whole point of a luggage is to travel with it, and she won't because it might get scratched. But when you buy something expensive and then can't live with it normally, you really didn't buy a product. And she said, I couldn't afford this stuff growing up, and that explains everything. She wasn't buying the luggage, she was buying proof that she made it. But proof that sits in a closet isn't proof of anything. Every person you just watched paid the same tax. Whether it was $15 or $56,000 Chanel vest, they all bought the same something because of how it made them feel in that moment, not because they actually needed it. And the pattern is always the same. You see it, you want it, you buy it, you use it twice, and then it sits there reminding you. Before you add anything to your cart, just ask yourself one question. Am I buying this because I want it or because something on my phone told me I should? Which clip hits the hardest? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.